Okay, I am back. That was, well, it took longer than I expected because um, I was trying to help my end users with computer problems and I was having computer problems of my own. So that seems to be the way with IT sometimes. But um, yeah, anyways, um, man, that took 45 minutes really. Well, I guess no, 40. It was a 5 minute startup screen. I'm just gonna keep rolling. I'm not gonna like start and restop and restart the stream. I guess probably what I'm gonna do is just use this as an opportunity to um, try to edit the VOD and maybe just cut this first 45 minutes or so out, and yeah, we'll practice doing that. All right, so here we are in Arena. Um, I The one thing I've done a couple things since last time. We still have a viewer. This viewer is a trooper. I appreciate you, viewer, whoever you are. I'm convinced maybe some of these viewers that don't ever say anything might be bots. I don't know. I don't think any human is going to wait around for my particular stream for the past 45 minutes. So I guess I probably have a bot, which is fine, I guess. But um, anyhow, I have made a few changes since last time, and the main thing that is different is we have moved the chat over to the right side of the screen, and we have also put a timer on the amount of time that the chat will stay on the screen. So I went back and actually watched some of the videos. I actually uploaded them to YouTube, so apparently I'm a YouTuber now. But I thought that was the VODs are only going to be saved for 14 days, um, and I thought I'd want access to them past that possibly. And so I put them on YouTube. Maybe somebody will enjoy watching them on YouTube and see some of the questionable plays that I've made. I think there've been points in almost every game that looking back on them, I'm like, ooh. But that's part of this process, right? It's part of this process is to watch back and hopefully learn some about how I play and where I can improve. And yeah, so I've put that up on YouTube. But what I noticed was the chat does not go away on the screen, and I couldn't really tell that because I'm actually playing in game where I don't get any of the chat or anything up on screen, and only looking over every once in a while at the Twitch Studio, which is where I was honestly not even noticing that up in the top of the screen that the chat was still there. I just see the chat window kind of off to the side in the Twitch Studio HUD or whatever it is. So watching it back, one, it's not in the best spot because it covers up the opponent's lands, and two, that would be okay if it ever went away. But since I don't have a lot of chat action, it's not like things are constantly being cycled through. So this one message just sat on the screen for like 20 minutes or whatever until somebody else said something, and I can see how that could be distracting. So I have moved it over to the right where there's not as much going on. Normally, there can still be stuff over there, but every game there's lands over here on the left. So I moved it over to the right, and then I put a timer on, so it will go away after 10 or 15 seconds, I think. The alerts were over here. Not that I think there's anything wrong with having the alerts overlay on chat, but I figured I'm not getting very many alerts right now, so I just moved those over to the left. So those will cover up the lands from time to time, but they'll only stay on the screen for like 10 seconds as well, I think. So um, yeah, so we made a startup screen. We also have you saw the be right back screen that I switched to when I left, and then we also have an ending screen that I guess I'll try and remember um, to pull up before I end the stream. Um, and yeah, so that's what we've changed since last time. We've made no changes to the deck. Oh, the other thing we did was one of my viewers last night recommended that I check out MTGA Assistant or Assistance. I forget which one. I did end up looking into that, but I decided to. It seems like it's a similar product to Untap.gg, which I have read more about recently. um, being more liked by more people. So that's the one I decided to try first. I played 2 games with it after I downloaded it just to see how that would work. And right now, I'm not talking about the Twitch extension where you guys can apparently, I haven't tried, but hover over the cards while you're watching the stream, independent of what I'm doing, and have the cards come up. That sounds really cool. I'll probably try and add that extension at some point in the next couple of days. But for right now, what I was interested in doing it for was he had mentioned it would automatically track my set completion and my vault progress, and also it would start tracking my stats for win losses and things like that. So I'm definitely interested in both of those things, and so I figured now's as good a time as any to get that working. So I played 2 games with it. I didn't start another standard event. I just played 2 games in ladder. I did remember that I had to play at least 1 game on ladder to get my prizes. I kind of feel like the standard events are a better value than the ranked. Even if you hit mythic, it's only like 5 packs. I think last time I hit platinum, I was like right up there bumping my head up against the diamond ceiling, but did not quite get there. So I think I got my 3 packs or whatever it is, and now I'm back down in gold. And I don't plan on playing a lot of ranked, at least while my collection is incomplete. I just feel like the uncommons that you get that can upgrade to rares depending on wins or just randomly are definitely worth it for me for the little bit of gold bleed that I might have, even if my win percentage doesn't make it gold positive for me. But yeah, so didn't want to start a league off stream though, or an event off stream. So I just did a couple games, and it seemed to track those in the website. So I'm confident, or hopeful anyways, that will continue to work going forward. So we might take a look at that at the end of the stream and see kind of how that's worked out. But yeah, anyways, that's enough rambling. I'm going to go ahead and jump into a game, and we'll see how it goes from there. So we're starting a new league. Our last 2 leagues, the ones I did last night, were not great. I was streaming at 11:30 at night, so God, the last game went so long. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning before I was done. I hit play and I didn't realize, and it just took me back into ranked. So I'm playing a ranked game before we start our event. So that's fine. We're missing our 3-drop, but we will be able to level up Rangers class. Chariot into Ren is fine. I think I'm actually gonna. I don't know. I'm gonna play 1 snow-covered land, obviously, first. I only have 1 layer in the deck. If you haven't been here before, only 1 layer, so there's no chance that I'll hit a second one and get screwed out of playing them both untapped on turns 1 and 2. I could, however, draw a Mammoth or a Tangled Florahedron. That would require. I mean, that's going to come in tap no matter what, though. So I'm going to have to deal with that at some point, anyhow. So yeah, I think I'm going to play 1 Snow Forest on 1. If I hit a 3rd one on the 2nd turn, I will just leave this Hydra to later. If the matchup looks like I might want to Blizzard Brawl something, and I don't here. I don't care about Blizzard Brawling any of the early stuff out of this deck, so I am just going to play the lair. Now that I drew the Cobra, I can Cobra plus level up Rangers class on turn 3, which is probably something I'm pretty interested in doing. However, if he hasn't sacked the Ghoul to just create a treasure by that point, he can pick off the Lotus Cobra with the Ghoul if I attack. And even if I don't, what am I doing? Not attacking? And even if I don't attack, he's still got ways to sacrifice it to himself. I think the best I can do here is just get my value out of the Cobra, force him to kill it instead of creating a treasure token. I know this deck really likes to make treasures. I still think my game plan is just to play the Cobra plus level up the Rangers class and attack for 3. It's a little bit awkward, I admit, I understand, but I think that's what we're doing. We'll see. It was a very quick block. I think he was going to block that no matter what. I think he's going to kill it. But maybe he just really wants the treasure. Yep, he decided he wants to kill it. I don't blame him for that. I mean, we talked about this yesterday or the day before. I made an attack because I felt like it was the best decision, but the opponent had an easy block, and it's one of those things that just because the decision is right for me doesn't mean it's wrong for them to then make the play that makes sense for them, right? So it can be both right for me to attack and for the opponent to block. Pretty sure it's just Brawl. God, these early duders from the mono black deck are just so annoying, aren't they? I mean, he had so many of these annoying early blockers. He actually was able to swing and attack me for a point instead of just chump blocking and gaining a life. If that's not annoying, I don't know what is. I am rolled up for Chariot into Ren, though. I do have the Forest next turn, which means if I don't want to play Ren, I'll be able to attack with Haven. I am going to go ahead and attack before playing the Chariot, which probably means I shouldn't have even shown him the land before I attack, but I think he's blocking either way. He's very incentivized to just go ahead and learn his lesson. I don't think it informs his decision much on what he's getting either. I think it's too early to get mascot, whatever it's called. So yeah, I would expect just another Sciences. This does kind of tip me off that maybe he's not running the green splash that maybe would have been possible off the Field of Ruin to possibly have that green enchantment removal lesson in the sideboard. But yeah, not too much going on here so far. We'll just see how these decks. The green deck seems to live through Blood in the Snow quite well. What seems to be the commonality in the games I lose are, to a large extent, Lawlith. If when they're blooding in the snow, they're getting back, one of the random 1/1s, or even a Skullport Merchant is not the end of the world. But yeah, if he's able to get out Lawlith and make me waste time to kill it in case he can't sweep me, and then he sweeps and starts getting back Lawlith, a couple times, as seems to be the case. When it rains, it pours. If he's got one Blood in the Snow with the Lawlith, he's probably got two. But yeah, those are the games I tend to find myself losing. So I got a couple options here. The Ren play is fine. I think that's what we're going with. The other consideration, though, would be to go ahead and get Ranger's Class up to level 3, since we've already kind of identified that we don't think he's got the green splash, so this is probably staying on the board. I do like to level those up to level 3 as soon as possible. However, I just think, we've already got the Chariot established. He does not have the Eye Twitch, so it's not like he's got a flyer. I'm going to make a reach token anyway, so I guess that really doesn't matter. And now I think we just apply maximum pressure. We are going to crew with the Tree Folk so we can swing with everybody else. Since this is only a 1/1, even if he kills my untapped blocker, he won't be able to kill Ren. Okay, that's fair. So now I am interested in keeping back one cat, I believe. I'd rather have Ren on 1 than 2, or on 2 than 1. Yeah, and I think I'm going to continue to pump the Wolf because of Meathook Massacre. I guess that plays worse against the rest of his removal. So yeah, maybe diversifying was there was better. I already have something that's going to hopefully continue to outscale the Meathook Massacre. But then again, this is always going to be a better removal target than the Wolf, right? So maybe it's fine to continue to go up on the Wolf. I can guarantee that Lawlith dies. However, I take my whole turn off to do that. It's annoying that none of my stuff tramples, because obviously that would make the Lawlith kill a lot cleaner. So if I brawl with the Hydra, I would still be able to attack with the Haven. Brawl, attack the Lawlith with the Haven. We're going to go ahead and make this a creature. What are we brawling with? I think the Haven, right?
Subservience will be rewarded.
Oh, you know what? Oh, this is not right. So this is not going there. This is going there. This one and this one are going here. And we're going to put the counter on the Haven this time. I did make a mistake, though, not going up with the Wrenn and 7 first. I've talked about this once before when I missed it on a... I don't think he remembers that this is indestructible. Yeah, I think he was trying to trade there.
I'm sure you'll miss
And that was unfortunate for him.
and
Going up with the Wrenn pre-combat, so he can't kill it in combat somehow. Like I said, it happened with Mono Black last time, and I also missed out on a point of damage, so all the bad things. I don't know if playing the Rangers class there was correct either. I mean, I guess I'm just going up to Rangers class level 3 if he Blood in the Snows. Second Lawlith is perfectly fine. I think at this point I just ignore Lawlith and I just attack their face. I don't think I'm making another Treefall this turn. I do think that over the next 2 turns, if he doesn't sweep, I'll be able to win. So we're just going to up again.
We can foster much growth here.
I can make this a 1/1. Is that enough? So if he blocks these two, he's taking... He's just dead, right? Yeah, okay. I could have also made the Lara 1/1, and I think that was what I was going to do. I wasn't going to do anything else that turn. Maybe it's better, actually, to pump up the Rangers class. I don't know. It was going to be one of those two things. Either way, mana was getting spent. Creatures were attacking, and he was not going to get there. So we made it to go level 3. Yay. I don't know. I think despite how quickly we're moving up, it's not really worth the extra pack that I get. I'm just going to go back and start doing the events again. So I got to remember to change it back to a standard event. Pay my dues, choose my deck. Alright, off we go. Kneb. You guys can't see the name, huh, with where my camera's at. I'm struggling to find a good place for the camera, to be quite honest with you. You know, eventually, if I do this and I like it enough to continue to do it, you know, somewhat long-term or whatever, I might eventually get a green screen because, you know, my face doesn't take up necessarily that much of the screen. However, you know, the box that my face goes in takes up a lot more space. So anyways, let's look at this hand. I've got 3, 4, 5. It's not the best. I've got choices on 5, but I don't know. We're going to keep for science. I think this is loose, and I think if I'm playing mono white, I immediately lose. But if I'm not playing mono white, I think the hand's perfectly fine. And if I'm playing mono white, mulliganing is also an easy way to lose that game. So there's just a lot of easy ways to lose against mono white. So we're gonna either draw a 2-drop if we're playing against mono white, or we are going to just okay. Is that blue black? No, it's white black. White black. White black snow. So what would, if this is a Blood in the Snow deck, what would a white Blood in the Snow deck splash for? If it's not in the Blood in the Snow deck, then what is it? Is it Angels? There's a black-white Angels deck, right? That could be a thing. I don't know. We'll find out more soon. Okay, regular plains, so not a snow deck. So he is just a black-white deck that is just using the snowland as a come into play tap duel. So yeah, we're just enacting the game plan. Tracker go. Next turn we can either Chariot or attack with Haven. We're much more likely to play the Chariot. And then depending on the game state, I mean, yeah, if he's just got some weird 3/3 that he's probably going to attack with next turn, on turn 5 we're just going to bash him with the growth, right? Sing does not have first, right? Is it? No. So are we interested in trading? I think we can attack here. I think he trades. If he trades, I'm probably not unnatural growthing on turn 5, but that's okay because we have the other turn 5 as well. Unless we don't hit a land. But if we don't hit a land, we're not playing either of the 5 drops, obviously, but we still have other plays. I can also make the decision to Inscription, but I don't think I would ever do that. So yeah, we're just going to attack. See what it is. I'm happy making this trade. I get a clue out of this, and if he is like the venture deck proper, I mean, this is one of his better cards, right? So, happy to make this trade. Okay. So next turn, if I don't draw land, I can play the tracker, create the chariot. Okay, so it's just another another venture type card. Except it does not block the chariot very well. Oh, this is I even looked at this. This is like the aggressive, like, I'm gonna make a 4/4 kind of situation. I'm just losing 2 life here. That's fine. I'm not discarding any of these cards. Okay. I think that's the most common card for me to draw when I don't hit a 5th land drop is a 2nd Wrenn. Sometimes I draw the 3rd Wrenn in those situations. Yeah, we talked about what to do in this situation, so we're just going to do it. The question is, do I make another cat or do I make another token? I think since I get the 2nd token off the tracker anyways, I just want a cat. You know, his guy, the Barrowin, cannot trade with the chariot. I can decide to double block if I want to, or I can just bank on getting a 5th mana and just have enough material in play to just kill him. Just get him if I can play the unnatural growth. So he's in the tank. I don't know what for. I can't imagine he's thinking about chump blocking. And it could be that he's just talking about his next turn, though. You know, I do that a lot. I try and think while my opponent is acting. However, if I'm in the middle of my thought process and, you know, it's now my turn to act, even if I don't have anything going on, I try and complete that thought to make sure that I get all the way through it. So that could totally be what's going on, or it might have just stepped away. You know, I'm a slow player. I keep roping a little bit. I understand that. So maybe he just decided to walk away for a minute, go get some more water or something, and come back. And I had actually made my decision and was waiting on him. Fate's Reversal. Return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Ever venture into the dungeon. Man, this is like an all-in venture deck. Okay, that's I mean, he's going to play a 3/3, and he gets to venture. So what is the last level? He gets to create a 4/4. Each player loses 2 life unless they sacrifice an artifact, creature, or land. I'm not sacrificing any of that, so I'm just losing 2 life here. That's fine. And then yeah, he gets a 4/4 when he plays the thing. That's fine. I'm okay with all of these things. So then he has to start over. Does he go through this dungeon again, or does he go to the one of the other dungeons after he goes through this? Do you think? No, I would not like to do that. That is not in my game plan. Yep. So he's gonna have a pretty good board. And when this thing attacks now, other creatures you control. Oh, it's not an attack trigger. It's just so he's gonna have a 5/5 and a 4/4 and a 3/3. Got it. Okay. His board's gonna be good. Sure. So very happy to have the inscription. If I don't hit a land. Oh, we're getting froggy. What is he? Do you have anything in the graveyard? No. Okay. So am I interested in trading off this Barrowin for 2 of my cats? If I draw land, the answer to that is probably no. But if I don't draw land, then I think so. So the game plan next turn is to see what I draw, obviously. Okay. So I think we're just Rin, make a token, crew the chariot, copy the token. The 5/5 does get to eat. So honestly, maybe it's just kicked inscription, right? Kicked inscription is a little awkward, quite honestly. I can fight here just to trade these 2, and then I can put the 2 counters on the chariot, so it's a 6/6. I think that's good enough. Oh, I gotta activate the chariot first, actually. Let me not screw that up. Okay. Oh, does it have Death Touch? Okay, well. I should read the entire card, probably. Right click for more information. How do I get to the other dungeons? No, okay. I don't know how to get to the other dungeons. I'll figure that out later. We'll get through this game and then I'll try and figure that out. So at this point, I guess I'm just making a Rin. Locking down the flyer. And then eventually just getting enough power that Unnatural Growth is going to finish the game. Let's see if I can figure this out while he's taking his turn. Now it's only going to show me the dungeon he's in. I'm not paying any attention to what he's doing. I guess I'll go back and figure that out in a minute. Right click, Fates Reversal to view another. Ah, here we go. Oh. There we go. Yeah, okay, so it just had Death Touch and I can't read. Good. So he gave that flying somehow. Should have paid attention to what he did. Oh, I see. Okay. So he did a bunch of stuff. So So I'm clearly not blocking either of these. The Rin is just going to die. No blocks. It's fine.
We are
Hmm.
wilting.
Yeah, I think we're just doing the same thing. It's a grindy little deck, isn't it? I don't know. If I feel like,
the trees are mighty.
you know, a lot of the benefit that I gain, no, a lot of the benefit I gain from, I don't know, my strength as a player, I guess, is not so much in being a naturally good Magic player, but in knowing the card interactions very well and kind of having seen a lot of game time, you know. So me being, you know, just starting back, I kind of am at a disadvantage to what I think my natural strength as a player would be. So I've said this once or twice before on stream, but I think as I'm more familiar with more of the cards, my speed of play as well as hopefully my level of play will also increase. But for right now, you know, this is the first time I've actually played against the Venture deck. And okay, so it gets Death Touch obviously because of this. So I'm just trading the 2/2 for it. Yeah, he doesn't have first strike as well, does he? No. Okay, good. All right, happy with that. Okay, let's see if we can figure out a way to get opponent dead pretty soon. I think first of all we go up. Get a couple land. Play land. How many clues am I interested in popping? At least one, right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the business. I say I want to get them dead, and then I immediately play Ranger's Class because I want to level it up instead of playing an Unnatural Growth and trying to kill them. I don't know. I really prefer to play this matchup pretty grindy. Most of my matchup, I prefer to play this deck pretty grindy, I guess I should say. So, yeah, I think we're just passing here. It's kind of off to the right hand side there. I don't know why that was for this stream. Maybe the webcam got moved. Maybe my chair just moved. I have no idea. Venture into the dungeon. 4 mana 3/4. Okay. I accept. You gonna make something not attack? Can't imagine you want a treasure. You have one card in hand. Yeah. Yep. Very good, sir. Really? I mean, that's the only thing that was holding back the 8/8. I mean, obviously the 8/8 can attack next turn, but I mean, the game's not ending next turn, and I'll still have an 8/8. Okay, so the first thing we're doing, we're going up with Ranger's Class. Okay. Not interested in cracking the clue for that, but I can just go up again with Ren. Try and clear it, get something else to play. Another Ranger's Class. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just Mammoth. Faceless Haven, go. So, is there a upper end curve topper venture card? You know, I mean, obviously the Nadir, whatever his name was, I think is the one. Okay, so there's also party stuff going on. Interesting. I had not considered that. Isn't there normally like an icon? I guess it's a warrior. Oh, the icon's only on the cards that care about party. Got it. Okay. Yeah, you get some stuff back. Yep. Hey, well there you go. That's their late game card. It's not a it's not a venture card. It's a party card. So how many party members do they have now? 3. So honestly, if they have any other party cards, they're pretty good right now. They've got 3 out of 4. They don't have a full party. I think next turn though is just unnatural growth and none of their blocks are good, and then we just go. Still not interested in cracking the glue in case you know, the game does go on after that turn. So we're going to go ahead and play the land, then play the unnatural growth, still be able to pump 1 Faceless Haven. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Will we? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I'll make the Faceless Haven. And we get big. Roar. I've got my own Merit Lage token. Look at that. Not quite as good, but it'll do. So he's keeping this guy so he can start recurring some stuff when he attacks. I respect that. Somehow I don't think it's going to be enough, but who knows.
The trees can fight their own battles.
Do I want to play the other Rangers class? I don't see any reason not to. Can he board wipe me? I have no idea. I have no idea. We're not going to play it. I don't think we need it. And maybe he wipes my board somehow. And well, if he wipes my board, I just win with a Faceless Haven, right? I don't know. I think all the things from here are good.
Even in defeat, we grow.
Yep. I get some free cards. Do I get to see what they are? No, I don't even get to see what they are. Alright, so he gets another Nadir. They legend rule, but he gets another Venture. Is there anything? What is he trying to even get to? I have no idea. Oh, the one thing, the other thing I was supposed to check. Somebody told me that there are commands for keyboard shortcuts in these settings that I can go and check out. I'd much prefer to hit a key than to keep having to come over and click the mouse. Sorry, like I said, I am on call, so I got to keep that on, but that was not work. So, oh, sorry, opponent probably thought I was still rolling him, but just had to look at the phone. That was an interesting game. I feel like I say this pretty regularly, but we probably didn't play that all that well. On the other hand, I got to learn a little bit about how the Venture deck maybe works. So, you know, early aggression with going through the short dungeon to try and get the 4/4. We now know it has Death Touch, so that's exciting. You know, I guess the top end has to do with party. I mean, I don't know if that's standard. I have no idea, but it seems to make sense. It seemed like the Venture creatures had some varied creature types. They're out of the same Adventures of D&D set that Party was from, so that's probably on purpose on Wizards' part. So makes a little bit of sense there. And it seemed pretty grindy overall. I mean, they got through almost 2 complete dungeons, and I felt for a long time like even though I had a better board, I couldn't make meaningful attacks. Yeah, they went through the first Rin with a combination of unexpected cards. The one thing made my Tree Folk smaller, the one enchantment, and then they had the flyer and the other guy that gained the abilities of the other creatures in play. And it's a nice little synergy deck. I don't know. So hopefully I'll know how to play that a little bit more next time, know what to expect. But it seems like keep the board cleared, and we're kind of the control in the matchup, I think, which is weird, but it seemed like even their late game, they're just bringing back a whole bunch of little dudes, and I mean, we excel against that, I believe. So not too bad, not too bad. 2 2s and 2 5s. This is, I'm pretty sure, going to be a mulligan. Okay, a 2, a 3, a fight spell, and the mana is actually agreeing with the Blizzard Brawl for once. If you go back and watch yesterday's stream, that did not happen at all. It was always 2 lands in a lair, or something else, a Tetrahedron or a Mammoth that I had to play, preventing me from brawling efficiently. Or I would draw perfect Snowlands, and then I wouldn't draw any brawls for the whole game. So we're putting one of the Faceless Havens back here. I would prefer this to be a 3rd snow, obviously, but hey, I can't be too picky with my 6-card hand. And we got there with the snow. The Florahedron probably indicates the mirror match. I don't think anything outside of mono green ever plays any Florahedrons. Well, maybe, no, that's not true. The blue-green ramp deck. Blue-green ramp deck. But this looks like just the mirror match, so. I don't think there's really any real incentive to brawl this turn, especially because I don't have another 2-drop, so I think I'm not going to show him the troll before I attack. But like we talked about last time, he's not blocking regardless of whether or not I play the troll pre-combat. That changes no decisions for him. What do you guys think about the sleeve backs and like the different card extended art, whatever they're called? I tend not to care too much about that kind of stuff, but I notice a lot of people do have, at the very least, some of the different card backings. I just kind of like the au naturel, the nice little Magic the Gathering backs. But I'm probably biased because when I first started playing, we didn't play in sleeves, and so I'm kind of used to looking down and seeing that and drawing one off the top. I actually really used to like the sleeves that had the Magic back on the sleeve. But let's see. Do I want to fight this turn? Probably. Yeah, I think so. And we're going to do it on the troll because trample. And we attack. I think we definitely want to play Tracker over Ranger class here, but I'm going to go ahead and play a Faceless Haven. And then he can, if he wants, be the first one up to a level 4 Ranger class over the next 2 turns, but I think he's already pretty far behind on board, and yeah, he obviously agreed he didn't have time to do that, so sometimes being on the play when you're mono green is enough. Overgrown Arch. I get to learn, okay, with my 04 defender that I can also gain life with. Honestly, I have a white, green, black, what is that? Abzan life deck with some learn stuff in it. That it's the other precon that I still built, or I still played with a little bit, but I think it required more change than the red-green deck that I played most often. But this does pretty much everything that deck wants it to do. It gains life. It can't gain multiple life in one turn to really go off, but it does gain life consistently, and it learns. I hate that you have to sack it to learn, but it'd probably obviously be too good if it just was a come to play ability. But I think it probably doesn't belong in my deck, but I didn't know this card existed, and it's at least something to consider. So happy I got one, so I can continue to think about that if I ever go back around to that deck and try and updated or whatever with some new card availability. I don't know how to say your name, sir. It appears to be Japanese. We have a 2, 2 5s, and a 6. Can you say mulligan? Okay, we have a 2, another 2 we're going to play on turn 3, a 4, and a 5. So I think we're keeping it. I think we're putting the unnatural growth back. I'm definitely not putting a land back. I would put one of the 2 drops back if this was a 3 drop. So I would just curve 2, 3, 4, and I would hope to draw into something better than another 2 drop on 5. But I think as is, I'm just going to put the 5 drop back in case we stumble on our mana. I'd rather have the plays that are most likely to be able to be deployed. I'm wondering if the deck tracker, the untap.gg stats or whatever, are going to... Does anybody know? To my one viewer, do you know, viewer? Does that track play versus draw stats? I'd be very interested in that. So we've been on the play every game this event so far. Definitely last game, definitely this game. I think the first game as well. I'm always a little weirded out when I see the non-snow lands. Is there a cost to playing? You know what? I guess I take that back. Redain is a real thing. Because every time mono white, I haven't seen it. You know what? The past 3 days I've played mono white. I've still been losing, but I have not seen a Redain out of mono white in the past couple of days. Which, if they're going away from those for some reason, those would be good. That would be good for me. Although I doubt it. I think it's probable that just they're killing me before they decide that Redain is what they want to deploy, or maybe before they draw it. But I guess that is a reason to not be snow. But if this were, a Snow Mountain when he played it on turn 1, I probably would not have thought about this being what I'm assuming is the, with this much burn, it's probably the Dragons version, right? That's wanting to like play spells and flip eggs and stuff, as opposed to the combo like take all the turns Epiphany deck. It's kind of my thought. Either way, we're gonna play a Chariot while we can. What's he gonna do? What's she gonna do? I guess, what I'm assuming that most everybody I play is a male. There are females that play Magic, but the vast majority of people are male, I believe, still. I don't know, maybe that's changed. I have no idea. When I played Magic, that was certainly true. So I don't want to equip the trait. He doesn't have a hasty creature. There's no reason to do that. I don't know what it would be playing around, but okay, so triple blue up. So it's funny, luckily I still have 1 token. I can play the second Ranger class in order to equip, or to crew the Chariot to try and make another token. It gets blown out by a lot of stuff, but really what else am I doing, right? And then post-combat, no matter what happens, or honestly probably pre-combat, I can go ahead and pump one of the Rangers classes up to level 2. I am probably still going to play out my land this turn, but no need to show them that before I do everything else I want to. Okay, that's fair. So I am not going to be able to attack with the Chariot this turn. We are still just going to go ahead and go up with the Ranger class and get in for 3. So it's unfortunate. Yeah, that's even more unfortunate. Kind of need stuff to do here. Luckily, next turn I either draw something that's good, or I can go up to level 3 on the Rangers class. They do have Divide by 0. That would be very good in set. I would have sunk 8 mana into that, and he would spend 3 to start me over, plus get to learn something. Leer, huh? He's got a whole bunch of burn and a counter spell, but the counter spell doesn't do any good. I really don't care about all this burn, right? Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna make Ren. Make a 5/5, copy the 5/5, get in. He's got to take it. He's tapped out this turn. Next turn, he can leave, or he can. The Thunder Rebuke is not enough to kill a token. He can leave 2 Play with Fires up to kill the Chariot next turn that I try and attack with it, but I don't really care about that. He can obviously bounce 1 of the tokens, but he can't do that this turn, so he can't prevent me from getting 2 of them. Running out the Leer this early, I mean, I guess he didn't have much else going on, so you got to do what you got to do. But it also makes me consider that maybe some people have decided that running a second one so they can run one out a little bit earlier might be worth it. So I would not be terribly surprised to see a second Leer, especially if he's willing to, you know, let this one go without putting up a fight. Right, so to finish that thought, that's part of the reason why we didn't go with Blizzard Brawl. Well, you know what, we couldn't have gone with Blizzard Brawl anyways, so I hadn't thought that all the way through, but okay, you gonna attack for 3? I mean, maybe he gets froggy, I don't know. Maybe he tries to burn me out with these Play with Fires. But yeah, I had to make the Ren to crew the Chariot. And once you make the Ren, you can never Blizzard Brawl. If you Rangers class, you have no creature to Blizzard Brawl with. So, okay, I accept, sir. You have deflowered my my Tree Folk, and you have taken my Ren from me. Sad, sad day. I mean, honestly, very good turn for him. That was a good draw for me. Now in this case, I select the one that I want to keep, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, he can't do it. Yeah. I did miss the play. I've obviously read and seen the articles where it's like, oh, bounce the thing and then counter the spell. You know, whatever. Even if that were the case, I don't think that would have been the end of the world, but that is not what happened, so. I'm not interested in brawling this turn because obviously he would just bounce it. We'll see though, if he bounces the token I try and make a copy of, then that is on the table. Okay. I wonder if that was your plan, why would you not just do it in response to me playing the Chariot so I don't even get to crew the Chariot? I think that was a small misplay. I don't think it's the end of the world from the opponent. Okay. Yep. Alright, now we have no choice other than to go up with the Ranger class. And we're kind of just done, huh? Yeah. So far, so bad. But he's not got a lot going on either, so I still think this is definitely a game we can close out over the next couple turns if nothing too crazy is going on his end. He's just getting in there with this Leer, though. If this Leer goes all the way on me, I will regret everything that I said about him. Obviously, I can try and block. He can not kill it with the sorcery speed spell. He can, however, hold this off for a turn by bouncing it, but I would be fine with that. That would also unlock, you know, he's got 2 blanks, or 2 unknowns here, but after he spins this Fading Hope, it does unlock my ability to try and kill the Leer with the Blizzard Brawl. So, yeah. Step 1, or level 1, I just don't think I don't think he attacks at all. If he does attack, I still think I activate and try and block and just see what it is that he's interested in doing about it, and then playing out the next couple turns just based on what happens. Okay, he was not interested. So tracker off the top lets me crew chariot and copy a clue. So we're going to start there. Huntmaster off the top. Oh boy. This is probably a matchup where Huntmaster's pretty good. Can't play it this turn, so now I have to decide, do I want to... He was maybe thinking about bouncing the Leer and countering that. I mean, that would have been fine, I guess. So this turn I do want to just crew chariot with tracker. Oh, excuse me. And get in. I am also interested in getting in with the Faceless Haven, I believe. But honestly, yeah, probably. Let's just try and get him dead, right? He's obviously got at least one piece of interaction in the Fading Hope. He also has 2 unknowns over here. Almost his entire deck is interactions, so I'm not expecting this to go great, but I don't expect the next turn for him to be all that great either, and we just have to work through what he's got, continue to apply pressure, and the more we get out of his hand on this turn, the more likely it is that the Huntmaster is going to go unopposed and clean up. So that's the current thought process. Oh, he's in the tank. Is he thinking about bouncing the Haven? I have not played a land this turn. He is bouncing the Haven. Okay. It's fine with me. So even though I haven't played a land this turn... Okay. Okay. Interesting. So he did not want to go to 3. Not 100% sure why. Like I said, I would not be surprised to see a second Leer in his list, even if we don't get to see it. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe do you splash black and run some sort of reanimation or something? Is there a blue or red way to reanimate a creature that I don't know about? Probably. The color pie is weird these days, right? Who knows? He doesn't have anything foretold, so even on 8 mana, it's not like he can Galvanic Iteration into multiple Epiphanies. He could still string Epiphanies one at a time the hard way, but that's not doing a ton here. Oh, I do not know what that card does, so I'm going to read it. Costs 3 less to cast if it targets a creature whose controller has 8 or more cards in the graveyard, which I don't, so I had to pay full price. Gain control of target creature with mana cost X. Okay. Okay. So that's not much of a speed bump considering it comes into play tapped. So yeah, I'm just going to play the Huntmaster, crew the Chariot, and I think we get him this turn. Oh, I guess not. We only get him for 7. Okay, but he's had enough. He's had enough. That was an interesting version of that deck. It was very, very burn oriented, very low to the ground. Leaned, I think, more heavily on Leer. Like I said, I wouldn't have been surprised to see a second one in that list. Just given how quickly he was willing to put it out there and kind of use up his graveyard. Now, he did have the Fading Hope, so maybe the hope was just to get some advantage, kind of stabilize the board, and then kind of bounce Leer and rebuild the graveyard before redeploying it to actually kill me. But I don't know. And that one, the one control magic at the end, it's interesting because it is a spell, right? So he could have cast it again out of the graveyard with Leer given a long enough game state. So that's an interesting innovation. I don't think I've seen that before. At least I haven't realized it in the lists that I've seen. Not at this point. I'm not really scouring, lists too intensively. So it certainly could be out there, but I personally hadn't seen it before. So I thought it was pretty cool. 3-0. Have we lost a game? I don't think we've lost a game. Zadie, I think is how you would say that. Okay, so Blizzard Brawl's looking okay, but Old Griff Troll is has run into the Haven problem. That's okay. If we miss on Haven, or if we miss on Forest, we'll be able to once again Rangers class level 2, and any land gets us to Chariot. Any green land gets us to Troll. This is a fine keep. I could also just draw a different 3-drop, either a Mammoth or a Tracker. I could play either of those on 3. Blood on the Snow. Well, there you go. We made it to Troll Town. I do like having the Trampler against all these early chump blockers from the black deck. Oh. I wonder if this is just black-blue control. Yes, this is just black-blue control. Okay. Interesting. So now the choice is, do I play the troll and not attack with the wolf, or do I Rangers class level, or do I just trade the wolf for the ghoul or the ghast and deny him a treasure? I think that's honestly fine. I'm gonna go ahead and play the troll. He knows it's there. He knows that my plan is not to pump up Rangers class if I don't do it before attacking. And yeah, we're not gonna miss out on attacking with this wolf. I mean, does it get any better next turn? Am I just never attacking with this wolf? I don't think that's right. I mean, it basically takes it off the board if I'm never going to attack with it anyways. And so we'll just make him decide if he wants to kill it instead of getting the treasure. Yep, that's fine. I mean, it's 1 mana positive for him, but I think he's wasting this blue unless he doesn't consider anyways, and I've still got the leftovers of the Rangers class. Oh, he's got a Fading Hope. That's not as common in the blue-black control deck, right? That's more of a tempo-y kind of card, I feel like. Maybe in those Leer decks that are still control decks, that would be one thing, but, I mean, discards 2 cards and exiles all cards from the graveyard. Okay, well, I don't think I need the Brawl, and I don't think I need the second class, so not too terrible. But yeah, still somewhat surprised to see the card disadvantage of the Fading Hope against, or out of a strict control deck. Yeah, I don't know, is that normal? Do you guys know? Is that a normal thing that they play? So definitely just getting Troll back out here, getting the Haven on the board so he can swing next turn. And I will start working up towards this Rangers class level 3. Although, if he's already playing Fading Hope, chances are he's playing Divide by 0 as well. And pouring 8 mana in this to get it divided is pretty terrible. So I think next turn, if given the choice... Okay, so I get a little bit of ramp. Not that I'm really ramping into anything. um, So I think I'm just going to go ahead and level up the Rangers class and then get in for 5 with the Faceless Haven. Yeah. So if I tap this, both of those are snow. Oh yeah, I see it right here. So I could have just, I didn't have to worry about that. I did tap this to level up the Rangers class in case that was not the case. I wasn't sure how that worked. Believe it or not, I actually used to be quite knowledgeable on the rules, but I mean, when you don't use them, you lose them, man. So there's a lot of a lot of questionable stuff in the brain where I think it should work one way, and then Arena promptly shows me that it does not. Okay, so he's got a Hall of the Storm Giants there. That's still a couple turns away from activation. Do I take a turn off to Azika's Chariot? So I've got a couple plans of attack here, right? One is to go up to level 3 in Ranger's class. 2 is to play the Chariot. And 3 is to attack with the Faceless Haven. The Faceless Haven plan is the only plan that also lets me get my Troll. So I think in the interest of doing most of the things, I'm going to do that. Although it does make it harder for me to do either of the other 2 things in the same turn later, but I think that's okay. Now if you were to kill this in combat before, well, no, I guess it doesn't matter. I don't have to do this as a sorcery, right? No, okay. So yeah, no matter what, I'm able to get my Troll even if he kills the Haven. So he's still 1 turn away from this being a blocker. And yeah, I mean, what's Blood in the Snow doing right now, right? Sitting there. I'm assuming one of the reasons to be blue-black is Memory Deluge. So that's obviously a card that he might decide is better than, as long as I can't kill him, he might decide that Memory Deluge is better than countering whatever I play this turn, if he's digging for the answer to whatever might kill him the next turn. Obviously he has to answer one of my things this turn or he just dies. So we'll go ahead and start there. Make him have 1 answer. Okay. Good game, sir. Good game. I don't know if that was intentional or if he just miscounted or what, but I don't know. He was a good sport about it. It also, yeah, it's very possible. He's just kind of playing around a little bit there at the end of the game. But either way, that was an interesting game. He didn't do a whole lot, right? There was that 1 turn. There was the questionable play with the what did he do? I don't remember. I don't remember what he did that was so questionable. I remember thinking that I didn't agree with something he did. It was right before he go blanked. Whatever he did before he go blanked me, I was a little bit confused by. But is this any good? 3 damage to a target, sorcery speed, learn? I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. Alright, 4-0. Keep on keeping on. I find myself, I'm moving around a lot in my chair. Let me know if you think that's distracting or annoying or whatever. Normally, when I'm at my desk at the office, I have a standing desk. And I probably still move around a lot, but, you know, just being in a chair, I'm kind of fidgety, I guess. Let me know what you think about that. Alright, so we have class on turn 2 to Cobra plus level on turn 3 if we want it. We also have Mammoth instead if we want that. We also have turn 2 Cobra into turn 3 Chariot. I don't have to make a decision right now. It's good to have the option to do either of those game plans depending on what we see on turn 2. And our opponent is mulliganing, and we are once again on the play. We've been very lucky with the play draw this this event. And we have mono black again. Mono black again. So, Ranger's class is very good against mono black, but so is Azeka's Chariot. Ugh. Yeah, I think I'm interested in playing the Ranger's class and going for Cobra plus level next turn, and the only thing that's making me think about that is if he has the 2 mana sacrifice his own thing to make a treasure and draw 2 cards, he gets to kill my Cobra for free, and I don't really get to do anything. In that case, I would just be playing Mammoth on turn 3, which I think is worse than just making sure I get at least 1 turn worth of acceleration out of the Cobra next turn. Okay, so black-green this time. Still enacting the game plan, I believe. We run into the same problem of the Cobra will just die to the Ghast when I swing in with the Wolf. However, at least it won't be killing the Wolf because I will be leveling up the Ranger's class. And once again, I already have the 4th land for the Chariot, so I don't really need the acceleration, and it might... I mean, it did, I think, put our opponent behind last turn not making the treasure. If he had the treasure, he could have blocked with the Hall of the Storm Giants. So there's definitely a cost in killing my thing instead of making a treasure. And if he chooses to do that, I accept. Deadly Dispute, that's what that thing's called. Yep. Skullport Merchant is somewhat annoying. I will be able to swing through it with the Wolf, so I like that. I can actually also kill it with the Blizzard Brawl and play a Mammoth instead of playing Chariot. I don't think he's blocking with it this turn anyways. If he does, then I'm just as happy with that. So I think I'm just playing Chariot. That way I can crew the Chariot hopefully next turn with the Mammoth if I had a land. I'm very interested in that. So let's go ahead and just attack in. Play a Chariot. Part of the decision for that is that I have a 2nd Chariot, so I'm kind of incentivized to make him use removal on a Chariot. You know, if he wants to waste both of his treasures and Blood in the Snow on turn 4 as well, you know, it's also nice to have the Chariot on the board so I can immediately start impacting the board again. Culling Ritual is a beating. I've not played against this card a lot, but every time it's been played against me, it's been an absolute disaster. So, yeah, he gets to kill 3 of my things, and basically it only cost him 1 mana to do that, as long as he's able to use the mana. Now, clearly, he had to sack the treasures to do that, so he loses a little bit of value there. But, I mean, this is obviously great for him. Yeah. One-sided Wraths are normally pretty good. When they accelerate you, they're even better. Oh, it gets the class too. Good lord. Yeah, that's not great.
Are you in a wrath? I will.
That's not great. It's much better when it gets to class 2. Alright, so I can activate Chariot. I didn't draw land, but I did draw the tracker, so that's nice. I can also brawl. Pretty sure we're just way behind this game. But we're going to fight the good fight. We're going to go after the Lolith. I'm not sure if it's better or worse to Blizzard Brawl pre or post combat. I'm definitely brawling the Skullport Merchant while he's tapped out. Um, okay. Right. Or you can just block and kill my thing. Yeah. That was probably the most obvious play that I think I've missed today. I don't even think he had to block with the Skullport Merchant, to be honest with you. Just blocking with both spiders makes this terrible. Do I kill both spiders or just the merchant? It's probably just the merchant, right? Honestly, no, it's probably not. I can still play another chariot and then brawl. I can actually just brawl and kill the merchant off of the tracker. So I just want to get rid of these spiders. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to kind of show my opponent that we definitely punted because he's going to see that we could have brawled pre-combat and avoided all that. But sometimes you just gotta take your medicine. The only other option is not play the brawl and kind of hide from the opponent that you made a mistake, and I just think that's worse. Yep.
My power is for annihilation.
Ooh, aggressive Lolith use. I like it. I like it.
Strong. For the subservience
He's just trying to get me dead. I can appreciate that. So I can either pop a clue and play a mammoth, in which case I'm just taking 6, I guess, or I can play a chariot, in which case I'm still taking 6. So I think it's better to just go and pop a clue. Okay. I don't think I'm even interested in attacking, right? Because of that, I think it's better to play the mammoth now. So, on the turns that I play land, I have the decision of getting aggressive. But this is not looking great, obviously. I think this will be the last game of the stream. I'm not sure if my wife's gotten home yet or not, but if she hasn't, she'll probably be home soon, and we'll want to get some dinner. Okay, so just playing conservatively, protecting the Lolith. I'm kind of surprised to see that. With these things having Menace and them kind of refueling Lolith anyways when they die, I kind of expected to see them start getting in. I can pop a clue and play a 3, or I can play a Ren. Ren is notoriously bad against these Menace spiders, so if I play Ren Mega Tree Folk, the Ren's just going to die anyways, so I think I'm just popping the clue here. Alright, trackers for days. Still don't think it's worth it to get in. His cards every turn are free. My cards cost 2 mana, and he's got his rolled up until I find a way through these spiders, and I'm running out of trackers pretty quickly. I would love to find another Rangers class. What else is a good draw here? Okay, so this is the turn. This is the turn he gets aggressive. Definitely just am double blocking 1. Nope. There we go. And am I blocking here? I don't think so. No, because then he could kill off whatever I blocked the 2-1 with. So we're just taking 7. Yep. So presumably he's doing something about my creatures. I'm assuming maybe, yeah, Blood in the Snow. Blood in the Snow is not too bad for this deck normally because it is quite grindy. However, when Lolith is already in play and the Blood in the Snow start happening, or if I've worked through a Lolith but it's already in the graveyard even, yeah, it's normally pretty hard to win from there. So, gotta win pretty quickly. I think Lilith is going to start going back down. I have not seen a lot of play from opponents trying to go up in ultimate Lilith. So I think we're going to see 2 more spiders here. I would prefer him try to go up. You know, one of the ways we win this game is just lucking into the 1 unnatural growth on a turn that he doesn't have a lot of blockers. So obviously, okay. Obviously, every turn that he doesn't make spiders with Lilith, and I have a board presence, is good for me in those types of situations. But yeah, we see him go down with the Lilith. And we drew the unnatural growth. Now, it's interesting because the unnatural growth wouldn't have been enough to kill him there, but it would have gotten him pretty soft and maybe give us some outs. Or we could have just tried to play to the board more, avoid a sweeper for 1 additional turn, and then win. So I think at this point that's what we do. We play our 2-3 drops and see what we draw next turn, see if we can sneak in with some big dudes. Yep. Twitch. That is a nice jump blocker. Not anymore.
I will.
I should just be hitting resolve all. I don't care about any of this stuff. And he does have the breach for the chariot, which is fine. And the question is, does he get aggressive here? I mean, he's clearly not going to attack with the Skullport Merchant. Oh, and he's just making more spiders. Yeah. He knows, chat. He knows. Probably not. He just is playing well with what Lilith does. Yeah, I don't think that playing the Rin does anything because, like I said, it just dies. I'm much happier trying to do this. Just add a little bit to the board as much as I can each turn. What do you guys think my win percentage is from here? I mean, I'm assuming it's somewhere in the single digits, right? Yes, but yeah, the Mascot Expedition. I hate scooping so much. But I think the writing's on the wall on this one.
Aren't I the generous one?
And that kills me with the meat hook. Good game. Good game. You put me out of my misery. I appreciate that. Alright. Well, as a down note to end on, but I think we are going to end there. Like I said, I'm going to go see if the wife's home, figure out what we're doing for dinner, and just kind of hang out. I probably won't be back on tonight. I can't imagine that I will be unless she decides that she wants to go to bed pretty early. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, my one viewer, whoever you are. And I'm going to go out with my new thanks for watching, see you next time stream scene. So thank you guys for hanging out, and we'll do this again next time.